you struggling with relationships, whether it's between you as a parent and your kids, or it's between you and your partner, or maybe it's working place that you being a leader, you don't know how to deal with your team, even though you love them, you have so much heart for them, but just sometimes it goes wrong. You don't know how, why, and what's going on. So this is the right place. Hey, today I'm going to share with you 4 secrets that can immediately help you to improve all the relationships in your life. And I will conclude them in only 4 E's. The number 1 E is energy. When I'm giving this solution for relationship, I can tell you if you apply these 4 steps, it's also applying in anything in your life, if you get what I'm trying to say. Energy is so significant. When you talk to your partner, let's say when you get married, before the marriage, you say, honey, can you please bring the bean out? Yeah, of course, straight away, get the bean out. After marriage, honey, can you please bring the bean out? Why don't you bring it by yourself? Why you always call me to bring it? I'm busy right now. The energy is wrong. And secondly, imagine this. When you're chatting with your kids, this is a big mistake I've made. I'm confessing, sometimes I still do that. When I'm not in the mood, my energy level is low. Because most of the time, my energy is so high when I'm talking to my clients, when I'm doing speeches, and when I'm writing something, when I'm on the call, I'm always full of energy. 99.9% of the time, I'm energetic. But I am a human. There's 1%, or maybe for some of you, 3% or even more, that you're not feeling like it. It's the same thing when you go to the gym, you don't feel like it, but you know if you don't go, it might not be good for you. And that is why when it comes to relationships, if you understand, you bring the good energy there, the relationship will end up becoming way better. I tried and it worked. Whenever I bring more energy, spending time with my kids, they can tell the difference. They can see that I'm so energetic. They feel the love. They believe that I love them. But if I bring a very low energy version of me and talk to them, they'll be like, Mom, are you even paying attention? Are you even here? Do you want to play with me? We don't always do that, but when the energy level is too low, that's probably one of the reasons your relationship is not going too well. And it applies to any relationship, whether you're talking to your staff. There's one day I remember my energy was really low and I started to talk in a bit negative way. I started to judge my team. Hey, why don't you do this? Because my energy wasn't right. But whenever I'm intentionally showing energy, the positivity will come automatically. And when the energy is right, I immediately can find better words to say to my team. And immediately this whole result changes. And the purpose is the same. The conversation is pretty much similar. But when I bring a different kind of energy, everything changes. So, number 1 secret is energy. Bring your energy. One last tip about energy. Do you know why there are so many people who are broke? It's because when you ask them, how are you doing? Well, it's the same. It's the same. Old, good, old. It's just the same, same. I'm not judging you. But if you're saying words like that, you haven't prepared the best energy to become another level, to become a billionaire. If you talk to those billionaires, guys, they're so energetic, right? I'm not saying we need to be all become billionaires. Well, that'd be amazing. But it's all about if you want to be wealthier, number one thing you need to have is energy. Because energy equals to power. When you bring your energy to play, your power level is better and you will bring more results as well. That's why those energy companies, someone call them power company, whatever power, because pretty much energy is power. All of our kids, everyone wants more power. But if you want more power, you need to have more energy. When you have more energy, the loss of attraction is if you want to make friends who are energetic, you need to become energetic. If you want to attract wealth, you need to, first of all, have more energy. If you have more energy, you can attract more wealth. So, energy is super, super significant. The second E is effort. Effort. It's pretty much similar to energy, but effort is a bit different. In relationships, we tend to expect others to serve ourselves. I do serve my family, I do the cooking, my husband does most of the housework. I used to do more, but because when I started my company, he does most of the housework. I do the cooking, I do the sorting out stuff, I play more with kids, and he would do more physical stuff. And what I realized is when it comes to make me happy, because we've been married for such a long time, in fact, this year we're gonna turn to 16 years altogether. It's been such a long time we've been together. Well, some days when I feel something's not right, I couldn't conclude what's going on, and I realized that it's because he didn't make more efforts. I'm expecting him to make some efforts for this relationship. And it can reflect on, for example, in a conversation, are you making efforts to listen? Are you making efforts to connect? Are you making efforts to go extra mile? I have one of my coaching clients. He's amazing. He is wealthy. He's smart. He didn't have an easy life, but he really had crushed it. He has made a lot of money, so successful. Now, the thing is, he is facing some challenges with dealing with his kids. When it comes to the relationship advice, I did suggest, hey, how about you make more effort? When you make more effort, whether you just give a gift or a little thing, when you are willing to make effort, everything changes. It makes a huge difference. So he did. The result turned out to be amazing. He couldn't believe it. He did it, and just a little thing. He made time to spend with his kids. He went to the mountains with his boy. And for me, the same story. I was always busy with meetings and things, and my kids will complain sometimes. And once I just decided to block the time with them. When I blocked them into the schedule, I had to do it. And when I started to do it, we ended up having so much fun. My kids were laughing, we had tears, joyful tears, because it was so funny. Our family can be hilarious. We can be so humorous. We make those jokes and things. But the key here is, my friend, if you make efforts, there's no relationship that cannot be mended. The difference is, do you really feel you've made 100%, 110% effort? That is a big question. Number 3, the third E is super powerful. It is emotion. We have emotions in life. We have emotions within us. When we start to talk, we will show emotions as well. Well, we probably didn't realize that when we are showing emotions, emotion itself is not a problem. When someone's angry, we say, why are you angry? You can't be angry. Well, emotions are super significant. If we don't show them, it's quite dangerous and unhealthy for our body, physically and mentally as well. But whenever there's emotions, you need to understand emotions itself is not a problem, as I shared earlier. It is reflecting a deeper problem, which is the root. But what is the root of the problem? For example, one day I was really angry for no reason, and I realized that I was anxious for something that I didn't even realize. And one day I was a bit sad. I didn't know what happened. And I remember it was something, someone said something. I thought I was okay, but I wasn't. No matter what that is, when it comes to relationships, you need to understand number one thing, acknowledge your emotions and also acknowledge your family or whoever, your partner, your friends, your colleagues. Always acknowledge their feelings because feelings, unfortunately, they are real to every single one of us, even if the thing that they are complaining or they're thinking is not true, but it's true for them when emotions are so real in our mind and our feelings or in our guts. There is a significant research, scientific one, and they said on the presidential votes in history in America, people voted for those presidents. And when they made those speeches, they realized that when people ask questions, the winner of the president usually won is simply because that person will acknowledge the question, the one who actually shared the struggle and everything, instead of saying, yep, you whatever, you should be doing this and that. When they say that, they're losing the votes. But when you say, hey, yes, I understand, I'm sorry, I hear you, I feel you, when anytime you share that I understand you, I feel you, everything connected to emotions, you are most likely connected with that person. Whether it's in the sales area, you close deals, acknowledge someone's emotions because emotions, they are so powerful. I only have realized in the last few years. I did not use them. I did not mastering them either because some days I can talk so loud to my kids and I wasn't angry, but they say, why are you angry? I said, I wasn't. That was loud. That is also why when it comes to emotions, we need to learn skills of communication because when you speak higher, more than 8, people can tend to feel you are arrogant or you are too confident, or maybe it's arrogance. But when you're too low, people feel like you're shy, you're not confident. Can you tell right now if I speak to you like this? So, in order to make full use of your emotions, remember, acknowledge them when you deal with anyone in life, any relationships, and also mastering how to use emotions. Because when I say something to my kids, when I'm not smiling, when I say something, they thought I'm angry, which I wasn't. So we need to add those things in life so that they won't misunderstand. And which is crazy. There's a speaker that he speaks brutal truth. In fact, he can really hit so many people and the people's gonna really hate him or get offended. But from the beginning to the end, he was smiling. And that brought a lot of trust, bonding, which is crazy. And which is why don't forget emotions, they are super powerful. We said 4 E's, and the last one is called experiences. When it comes to relationship, what do you mean, Kristy? Experiences? Because it's also about spending time together. Have you ever heard about the love language? Love language can be affirmation and at service. I believe the other one is spending quality time together. You can search, there are 6 love languages. But one of the love languages is spending quality time together, and that comes to down to experiences. You are creating memories and you're creating different things, experience with that person. Whether you're having a team bonding time with your team, that's experience. Whether you're having a hard conversation with the team, but you actually being honest, you're creating new experiences as well. Whether you're spending time with your kids, that you're creating those memories, is also experiences. And that is why this experiences is also super, super powerful and is significant when you understand about the art of it. And it is something that if you really spend some time with one person, and the relationship will always grow. And it's crazy that why there are so many people buying from strangers online is because they had experiences watching their videos and seeing what they're doing, and they apply what they told them to do, and they got to experience a great result and great feelings. And that's when a great feeling, that's when they trust you, they trust those people, and then achieve amazing experiences and then create that amazing relationship, which the other person has no idea, because that person is really just recording a video online, and the other guy has already experienced an amazing bonding, connection, trust with the one who actually posted the video. So here you are, you have 4 E's. I hope these 4 E's can help you in your relationships, even in your work, career journey, even in your life. These are significant for you to understand that relationship is always about thinking for each other, loving each other, serving each other, not self-centered. And if you apply the 4 E's to your relationship, you will become super, and every relationship you invest will always turn out to be amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you on the next one. God bless you. I will see you next time. Bye.